Reputation.
Bad Reputation. I walked into a Walmart, and they had this big rack of 99-cent tapes, cassette tapes, and I still had a cassette deck in my car. And this was sitting there for $1 or 50 cents, I think it even was, 2 for $1. And I pulled that out, and I'm like, God, I haven't heard this in forever. And I popped it in my car deck, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. I love this record.
Yeah. This one, I love the whole thing. There's nothing in the Thin Lizzy catalog between 70 and 83 that I don't love. I've got tons of emotional attachments to it. There were periods when I listened to nothing but Thin Lizzy, going through breakups, things like that. There's way too many emotional attachments here for me not to love it to death. This is a weird one, though. I think partially because Brian Robertson wasn't really in the band.
It's funny because
technically
he broke his arm or something in a fight, or I don't know what the whole story, but it doesn't make a difference. But he's pictured on the back.
Yeah, he's not on the front.
He's not on the front cover, which is bizarre.
So he's in the band, but he's not.
And so he did play on the album. Some of his guitar solos are on there.
Yeah, he's listed as a band member, but it's just it always had a weird
I don't think
feel.
he played any of the rhythms though. I think it was all Scott Gorham, and he played the lion's share of leads too.
Okay.
I always loved the cover art though.
Yes,
again,
definitely.
here you go, another one of those black and white, almost
Yep.
photocopy, and that font. I love that font.
The stencil, the MASH font.
That's where the No Life Till Metal font comes from. That's the reason I use that font on every single video.
Oh, okay. And I mean, I always see it as MASH. This stencil kind of.
It is. It's a stencil
That's
font.
the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And black, white, and red. This is just going back to like childhood development stuff. Black, white, and red. You'll notice a lot of like toys for babies and toddlers are in that color scheme, because those are the ones that develop first, and that's the only color that they recognize when they're little. And the black and whites, obviously, because they're such a contrast.
Anyhow, we're talking music on here. It's got some heavy songs.
Bad Reputation.
Bad Reputation. The
massive
track,
drum song.
Yeah,
totally.
Matter of fact, when they recorded the live album, Live and Dangerous, they did the drum solo. Half the time was done in that song.
Oh yeah.
And then the other half
good
was
reason.
done. Because he was. Who else in '77 was doing that steady, on the double bass?
Not many.
Another underrated drummer, in my opinion.
Soldier of Fortune, the opening cut, I always loved. Real melancholy.
Yeah.
Soldier of Fortune came home from war, wondered what he's fighting for.
Yeah.
Yep. Opium Trail. Another drug song. Southbound, another pretty ballad kind of thing.
Sort of. It almost romanticizes the gang life at that point.
Yeah. Dancing in the Moonlight.
Yep. Which that was a song.
That's a huge Lizzy track.
Yeah, which is also was recorded with Gary Moore.
Oh, didn't know that. Killer Without a Cause, Downtown Sundown, That Woman's Gonna Break Your Heart.
Downtown Sundown is a great song.
Closing cut, always loved it. Dear Lord.
Dear Lord.
It's just like My God on the Alice Cooper song.
It's a prayer.
On the Alice Cooper album. It's a
prayer set to music.
I always loved that track. Always. Bad Reputation, great album.
Yep.
Great album.
Next up.